from.
You mentioned as well you had spent some time in New York.
Yeah.
Around when was that? Was that early 20s or?
No, that was mid 20s. That was after college. Because when I got with Maura, then that's me. When I got with me now wife.
Oh, congratulations!
I felt
Didn't know you were married.
Thanks very much. I felt like I had to impress her because she was in Trinity. She just finished Trinity College and she had a job and she was very impressive.
Jeez.
And so I was like, oh yeah, no, I make music videos and stuff like that. I'm a little bit of a videographer.
She pulled a short straw there, didn't she?
But I said to her then, I said like, oh no, I'm going to college like to study TV production and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, but I had said that. So then she like started the paperwork process and everything.
Ah, no way.
Like, oh yeah, great. And it just kind of led from college. Then I went to after college, I applied for a job in Setanta Sports, the sports broadcasting place, transmission place, and I didn't get it. And then I got a JobsBridge internship as an editor, as a video editor for a startup company. It was called Fan Footage. Like people sent in their footage from a concert and I'd edit it together and make a music video for whoever the band was. But because that was editing, I could do that from anywhere. So the missus was over in New York doing a master's, and I just asked him, man, I was on the internship, I said, can I just do this in New York? And he said, yeah, go for it. And so then I went over to New York and hated it.
Yeah.
I hated it. It's so hollow. It's so like, I went on a holiday before and I enjoyed the holiday, but when you live there, it's different.
Yeah.
I was there for like 3 months and I got a phone call from Setanta Sports, and they said, do you want a job? And I was like, yes, I'm in New York, but I get the first flight tomorrow. And they were like, oh, are you sure? Like, you know, you could stay in New York if you want. Like, don't feel obligated to take this. But I thought that was like a dream job that I was accepting as well in my head.
Yeah.
But it wasn't then. And I was there for like 5 years. And that was a blatant shy job.
Was it bad, yeah?
Yeah. It was good in some ways, but it was shifts as well. It was like a month of days and then a month of nights, which would be 8 o'clock at night till 8 in the morning.
Really,
for like
yeah?
5 days on, then 5 days off. Yeah, so it takes a toll on your head, like...
Setanta Sports.
Yeah.
Remember they used to do the 3 o'clock kickoff?
Yeah, they used to show some decent games and all. Would you have been on TV at that stage, like, or were you working in the background? Like?
In the background,
Right.
Yeah. It's a transmission station, so it's not just Setanta Sports. Like there's 9 or 10 different stations that broadcast out of there.
Oh, okay.
You're just kind of taking in the feeds and cutting to breaks and like vision mixing and stuff
okay,
like that.
right, yeah. That's rough enough. So New York was not the dream that so many people painted up to be.
It's horrible. I was in LA last year for the Oscars. We went over with Spain. Me and Darren had a radio station, and they sent us over for the Oscars, and it's horrible. It's horrible. Like it's like a third world country. It's like this
I've heard people say that about LA recently since COVID and everything else that's happened. It's like just full of homeless and
people taking shits on the street, like squatting and taking shits, and like that Hollywood Walk of Fame. I seen Willem Dafoe just received like a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But when you go over there, the Hollywood Walk of Fame is like the back of Moore Street. It's like this. It's disgusting. It's not a nice place to be. And it looks lovely in all these photographs and all these press releases and all, but it's... And then the Oscars, like, you know, you think of the Oscars, you think of the glitz, the glam, but then when you're actually over there for the Oscars, that's all fenced off. And on the other side of the fence, it's just, like, disgusting. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's just little pockets of wealth and then everything else is fucking...
Yeah. The division, like, is so vast. And they're all just rude. Just on a... Like... Every day in LA, there was like an explosive argument between multiple people, like, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's just not like when you come back to Ireland, the people in the airport are having the crack.
Yeah.
Like the people walking there, you get in the taxi and the taxi man's having the crack, having a laugh. Everyone's just like having a good time here. It's great. I fucking love Ireland for that. It's amazing. And then you go over there and they're all just trying to kill each other and get something from you. Like they're all trying to get something from you, trying to sell you something, or there's no genuine conversation.
Yeah, I get you. I heard you mention that on Talking Bollocks. It was like in New York, every interaction with a person was just like a sales pitch or like a transaction. Nothing felt genuine or like anyone actually really gave a shit about you. It was more like, what can I get out of you sort of job.
That's it. Yeah. That was my experience.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, it's very popular. Lots of people love it. Like I'm the exception saying that, but that's what it was for me. And like, Maura's parents lived in America for a long time, and when we were over there visiting them, one time we went to a restaurant with some old friends of Maura's. So there was the four of us, and then a guy came over. I assumed it was a friend of the people that we were there with. And he was with us for the whole night, and he was getting us drinks, and he was like, "Oh, we get some food," and we're like, yeah. And he came out, "Will we do shots?" "Yeah, all right, we do shots and all." And then at the end, like, "All right, we're gonna head off now." And then at the end, he brought over the bill, and I thought he was friends with them, but he was working there. That he was like a waiter, or I don't know, like just And I was like, "Do you not think that's weird? You don't know him. You never met that person before." And he's like, "No, I never. No, he's just a nice guy." I'm like, "You're not a nice guy. He's like, getting money
just sticking us with a bill.
I thought we were onto a good thing. Like, I thought he was being really nice and really generous, but like, he's just like that. Just there's always an agenda. Always an agenda.
Do you feel like Ireland's gone more in that direction?
In the American way, like, no, I don't think so. I think when you talk to somebody, like, I think people aren't talking to each other as much as they used to. I think if you sit on a bus now, everyone head down, earphones in, and head down on that phone. Like, there's no opportunity to really engage. But I think when you do engage with people, they're very friendly and open. It's just harder now to crack that conversation open than it used to be.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't talk to someone at the bus stop. I remember talking to people on the bus stop, like, years ago.
Yeah.
Like, you start a conversation because you wouldn't. That's your entertainment. It's not TikTok. Like, you know what I mean?
But you have such a, like, if you're going to talk to, like, if you're standing at the bus stop and I show up, I have like maybe 30 seconds to say something, because the longer you leave it to say it just gets more awkward the longer you leave
opportunity.
So it's a very small window you have. What would you, if you saw me stand at the bus stop and you wanted to make a conversation, what do you have any go-to
conversation starters?
If I walked over to a bus stop, I'd say, "Are you waiting here long?" Like, I'd just like instantly just try to have a conversation with the person, because everyone has a story. Everyone's interesting. Like, no one's not interesting. Every single person, as boring as they might seem, like, everyone has a story, or everyone has a, you know, not everyone will want to interact and have a conversation as well. I'm just trying to get a fucking bus here, mate. Not everything's a fucking podcast. But it's I don't know, like, when you talk to people, then they're open and they're not trying to sell you anything. You know, and that's how they make money as well. Like, maybe even to a detriment. Here, if you go to a shop and you want help, you kind of have to look for it. Do you know, you kind of have to find someone.
Any walker?
Anything going on here? Is this place closed? But like, over there, they're on top of you. And they actually have, so if you walk, this is what they teach you when you start a job in like a clothes shop, let's say Kroger's or a food shop or whatever, a supermarket. If you come within 5 feet of a customer, you have to say, "Good day, sir." And if you come within 3 feet, then you have to say, like, "It's a fantastic day, isn't it?" Or something. Like, they have things that you have to say based on how close you are to somebody. Based on the proximity.
Could you imagine, like, being in Spar and some fella stacking shelves and it comes within 3 foot and, like, "Fantastic day, sir," isn't it? Like, you'd be freaked out, wouldn't it?
You
get shivers on me back thinking never going to that Spar again.
He's gonna kill me. Psychopath.
Did you get my reg on the way out?